Alright, good evening. I got special ones here, not from my garden, but I was at the supermarket today, Super One to be exact, stopping to get some mayo and Miracle Whip, and I found these ones. I'd never heard of hatch peppers before. They caught my eye. They were sandwiched between sweet and hot banana peppers on the cold wall section of their produce department, and I almost looked right past them until I caught the sign that said hatch peppers, and I was intrigued because I had never heard of them. But judging by the appearance, let me open this up. They look like they're like, this one looks more like, a New Mex green or an Anaheim, but these ones, based on the crinkly, smushed look like they're a little closer related to, say, a Cayenne or a Portugal, somewhere along those lines. I've narrowed it down to these two. I think I'll go for the taller one. Save the other ones for whatever. Save the seeds out of those ones, and maybe I can grow them next year. I'd like to try some ripe ones if I could. So, without further ado, okay. I inhale a piece. A lot of heat straight off. We got really hot. Oh, my tongue. Lots of drool. Not really bitter, not sweet. Oh, my lips are wow. Oh, damn. This one caught me off guard. According to the research I did, they said it was 500 to 1,000 Scovilles. I'm gonna say bullshit. I didn't do heavy research because I couldn't find a lot of search results. Oh, excuse me. My whole tongue's just BAM! I'd put this one probably 60,000 Scovilles for a rough estimate. Trail going down my stomach. My whole tongue is just nice slow pulsing throb on my tongue. My lips are just boom, 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 boom. My mouth got a good, it feels like someone just slapped the roof of my mouth with a whip or something. Very warm. Let's plow through the rest of this, shall we? I haven't even gotten to the hot part yet. Damn. Not very many seeds you can see. Maybe a dozen seeds at most. Trying to place the flavor. My face is getting warm. Oh, these do got a good kick to them. Wow. Extra hot indeed. Not the hottest peppers I've ever had, but they got a pretty good kick to them. Lips kicked up a little bit more. Oh, my throat's got a little sting when I swallow. Nose is starting to run a little bit. Yeah, my forehead and my face are, my eyebrows feel like they're sweating. Really drooling. My tongue is throbbing big time. You can see my lips really brightening in color. Bottoms up. Wow.
faint sweetness here towards the end of it. A lot of drool. Saliva's thickening at the back of my throat. My lips are really, really burning. Damn. Oh. Sheer size of the thing. Wow. My tongue feels swollen. My lips are just BAM! Feels like somebody poured hot metal on my lips. For real.
Oh, it's right behind you, directly behind your head next to you.
Inside of my mouth is just beat to hell. Just all over. My roof of my mouth, under my tongue, my whole tongue itself, insides of my cheeks.
Sounds like your mouth is swollen. Oh, you're talking.
That's because there's so much drool. Oh man, am I sweating? My eyebrows are damp. Oh, nose is starting to run. Oh, these fuckers are hot. Feel the endorphins kicking in. Feeling like I'm mellowing out, even though the burn is really kicking in full force. Still building. I can feel the intensity kicking up. Even like the back underside of my tongue, right near the back of my tongue, just really throbbing. Right down in the bottom of my stomach. I feel that warmth. I just had a good amount of food before I started this. 2 pieces of peanut butter toast, 2 pretzel rods, and a couple bowls of cereal. Flavor was kind of like if you were to throw Anaheim, cayenne. Roof of my mouth feels like it's almost going numb at this point. There's no bitterness to it really, but it wasn't really all that sweet. A tiny bit of sweetness at the last couple bites, but overall, just kind of a chilly flavor. I mean, there wasn't. It was probably because of the high capsaicin content where it infused it with a faintly floral-like taste, similar to my super chili that I've been growing in my garden this year, but not quite the same. Yeah, the roof of my mouth is numb to taste. I can still feel, but as far as taste goes, it's desensitized a bit. It's calming down now. For a couple minutes there, it was really just BAM right in my face, but it's dying down. It's still pretty intense. On the roof of my mouth, sides of my tongue, actually the whole top of my tongue when I swallow throbs. It's really just BAM, kicks up again. My lips are still got a good warm glow, but it's not quite as intense as it was. I'm feeling really mellow now. That one was very hot. Would you be able to plug this in, please? nose is running still a little bit. Pardon me. Yeah, my lips still got a good tingle going. Roof of my mouth. So I've got a good glow happening. And partially numb. Eyebrows are sweating again. Hairline feels faintly damp. It was mainly like right in this region on my face that got sweaty. Warmth settled in my stomach. I can still feel it a little bit, but it's not all that noticeable. It's definitely there. Not negligible, but not in my face. Burning sensation. Faint warmth here in my sternum. Swallow without any difficulty now. I don't really feel anything. Maybe a little bit. Predominant sensation now is on the roof of my mouth, where it's really getting a good burn still, especially when I talk or breathe. My tongue still gets pretty hot when I breathe on it as well. Still drooling quite a bit. Drool really stuck around for a while on this one. Can't really taste anything at this point. Maybe even 80,000 Scovilles. That one was extraordinarily intense. Much more intense than my super chilies, and those are, according to the scale, 10 to 30,000. And those were pretty hot. I thought those were quite warm, especially for their size. But this one, it's got size and a lot of heat. So we'll say approximately 60 to 80,000 Scovilles. I'll do some more research and figure out if what their average Scoville age is. Yeah, roof of my mouth still numbish. Ow. Trying to clear some of the resins off the roof of my mouth a little bit. Excuse me. Got a little bit of more on my tongue now. Pain kicked back up for a moment. That's my cat Laila. So yeah, in summation, I will say that these extra hot hatch peppers are indeed extra hot. Definitely wouldn't recommend eating a whole one of these, except in the paradigm of testing, such as myself or someone else in this particular format. For general eating, I'd say chop these up for a super hot stir fry or curry. They got a decently good flavor on their own, not really sweet or bitter. Good crunchy texture. Medium walled, I'd say they're not really all that thick, such as a bell pepper or a cherry bomb pepper or something along those lines. But not really thin like a hab or a jalokia or Thai chilies or anything like that. We got a
It's probably a half a centimeter thick flesh on that, approximately. But yeah, super hot. Even the first bite before I got to most of the placental tissue. I mean, you saw me take that first bite, about that much of it, and I could just instant heat. It wasn't any delay at all, which leads me to believe that it's leaning towards the 100,000 mark on the Scoville scale, based on that. And then the incumbent heat as I kept taking more bites towards that end, and it stayed intense for a couple of minutes there. Tapered off a little quicker than I expected based on the initial heat, but it must be the quality of the resins in this particular strain. Maybe they're quicker dissipating or slightly more soluble in saliva than other capsaicins in other different peppers. That could just be me talking on my ass. Just an observation or potential explanation. So, yeah. The hat peppers, the extra hot. You can find seeds for these or find them at your local market. I'd recommend trying them if you like really hot stuff. If you're used to, say, jalokias, habaneros, 7-pots, etc. These ones are probably not as hot, but they're definitely not a mild pepper. After tasting these for a year or so, I've gained some respect for the super hot varieties. This one, I wouldn't say it's super hot. I'd say it's very hot, though. Not a mild pepper, not even close. Definitely in the upper mid level of the ones that I've tried personally. Lower than a habanero, but similar sensations as far as the roof of the mouth going numb like that. Usually I only get that. I got that from the Nagamorich and the Jalokia and the different types of habaneros I've had. But I don't believe I've ever gotten that particular sensation from any of the annuum varieties, such as Anaheims or jalapenos or anything like that. So this one, based on the heat, this might even be a partial hybrid between a Chinense and an annuum variety. I mean, it looks annuum to me, but again, with this one in particular, this one looks like certain types of habaneros I've seen before, where it's kind of looks like it's melted partially and gotten kind of smushed accordion style. I mean, the one that I ate looked more like a cayenne per se, but this one in particular looks to me actually similar to some of the Nagas in a general sense of shape, not a necessarily bumpy texture of skin, but similar to certain habaneros I've seen shape-wise. This one, like I said, this one looks more like an Anaheim or a New Mex Green, something along those lines, than an actual cayenne. But the first one, the one that I ate, looked more like a cayenne. So, but anyway, enough rambling. Heat's pretty much died down. I got a little bit on the roof of my mouth, but it's calm. And tongue, faint bit, but everything's pretty much good. So I'm going to cut this video off. We're closing in on 20 minutes here, so see ya.